This is your guide to the neighborhoods in Austin, Texas. Moving to Austin, Texas, or even if you've been living in the city, this is your guide to Austin's neighborhoods. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. Before we begin, I make a lot of content on Austin and other things, travel and the digital nomad lifestyle, but in this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on the different neighborhoods in Austin, Texas. I've been living in Austin for 13 years on and off, so I've seen it go through all the big changes, and I really consider myself a local, and I wanted to share my opinion on the different neighborhoods around downtown. So I'm not going to go too far north, south, east, or west. This is a guide for young professionals moving to the city or looking to try out different neighborhoods based on the vibes of the areas. If you want me to share more on different areas of Austin, let me know in the comments and I will be happy to make another video on those areas, but today we're going to stick to the city center. First off, we're going to start with South Congress. There are a couple neighborhoods on either side of the street, but South Congress is the heart of Austin. This is where Austin began. It has the iconic stores, the iconic Austin view of the Capitol. That just makes you feel so full and proud to be from Austin or living in Austin, for me at least. The neighborhoods on either side are Travis Heights and Bolden Creek. These are beautiful neighborhoods. I still consider them part of downtown, but they do have that neighborhood feel. There are a lot of trees in Travis Heights. Bolden Creek also has some nature and it's more quiet. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the downtown feel, you're right near South Congress, you can walk to South Congress or even across the bridge to downtown, but you also get that quiet neighborhood, quaint feeling. A lot of these houses are older, but a lot of them are actually rebuilt or renovated. So you have that juxtaposition of really old Austin classic homes to completely new gentrified homes. The real estate here is quite expensive, but you can sometimes find apartments that are more affordable in this area, which I highly suggest looking for because it's really close to everything and it's a really great location. Next up, we have Zilker Park, Barton Springs, and South Lamar. So this area is really great if you are into outdoors activities, spirituality, healing, and just being kind of out and about. If you have a dog, this is the area for you. My friend said that people are known not by their names, but by their dogs' names as their owners. I'm not a dog owner, so I can't really resonate, but I have spent a lot of time in this area, so I do understand what he's talking about. Zilker is so beautiful. That's where ACL takes place. Barton Springs is a beautiful pool. You can go do outdoors activities. The trail is right there as well. So you can go run around the trail and have that really closeness to nature, which is so great and really emblematic of Austin. There are also a lot of good restaurants and cafes in this area. It's really quite similar to South Congress, but I would say it's even more outdoorsy and nature oriented than South Congress is. Next up, we have East Riverside. So this area actually used to be a little bit more rough, underdeveloped, but as Austin has grown and expanded, like many areas, it has become more developed, especially with the onset of Oracle's huge campus. There's been a lot of apartment complexes that have been built out, and it's become a really popular place for young professionals to move, especially those working in tech at Oracle or at different tech companies in the city. While rent everywhere in Austin is expensive, if you are looking to live downtown in close proximity to everything, I think this is a good area for you to move to because there are a lot of people to meet. Everyone is more social. There's a lot of good restaurants, and it is actually right on the lake, on the trail. A lot of these neighborhoods that I'm mentioning have a close proximity to the trail, so that's really great. So you can go for walks or runs or even go paddleboarding or kayaking, whatever you want, on the lake. I love doing that personally. I live kind of by the lake, so I make full use of that. But Riverside is a great option if you are just moving to Austin. Across the lake from Riverside is Rainey Street Historic District. So the reason I'm laughing is because Rainey Street is known for some things in Austin. A lot of skyscrapers are going up in this area, so it's becoming a really popular place to move to. However, 10 years ago, Rainey Street didn't exist, or maybe I would say 15 years ago, Rainey Street was just a street with all these little homes, these bungalow houses, and then they became developed into bars, and it still is a really popular place for people to go out, day drinking on a Sunday, going out at night. It's more casual, it's super fun. For me, I personally don't go to Rainey Street anymore, but I did when I was in college. I had a lot of memories there, to say the least. But this is a great place if you are moving to Austin or if you've been here for a year to move into this area, because the rent prices are a bit higher since they are more luxurious apartment buildings. And the reason I was laughing a little earlier is because it's kind of known for, I'm just going to be really real in this video. It's known for post-grad college guys who are not really serious, and those are the guys that kind of move into Rainey Street. It's a really fun area if you're looking to party, if you're looking to meet people and just have that kind of lifestyle. But if you're looking for something more quiet, I would suggest not moving to Rainey Street. Next up, we have the East Side. This area of Austin has become very developed in the past 10 years. Prior to 10 years, there were literally chickens running around the streets. Rent was crazy cheap. No one wanted to live on this area, but now that Austin is expanding, this has become a really desirable area to live in. There's Plaza Saltillo, which is where they built a Whole Foods a few years ago, along with a lot of restaurants, and there's a big development over there. So there's a lot of things to do. East 6 is a really popular place to go out, a lot of restaurants and yoga studios. So there's a lot of different vibes going on the East Side, but it's more of a hipster creative vibe. There is the Canopy, which is kind of like an art collective. So a lot of creatives, artists, kind of that old Austin feel, more of that overall ambiance of that hipster vibe that Austin used to have probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, which I really like. The restaurants are really great there. If you haven't checked out my Austin's restaurant guide, definitely check out that video. I break down all the best restaurants all over Austin in that video, so make sure you watch it. I also want to add that this area is getting built out further and further towards the airport as Austin continues to grow, expand, and sprawl. So you can find nice apartment complexes further out. You would probably need a car. For a lot of these areas, you can walk or get by with Uber or walking places. However, having a car in Austin can be necessary if you are moving further away. So that is also an option if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, but still kind of in the Austin area. Next, we're going to move west. So there's the West End, Clarksville, Tarrytown, and of course, if you go way further west, you have Westlake, but we're going to stay in the downtown area for this video. West End is really nice. They have luxury apartment complexes, a lot of them. I would say for this area, it's more full of established professionals, usually single, or maybe they have a partner, but this is a great area to move to once you have a little more of a footing in Austin. If you have been living here for a couple years, you might want to opt for moving into one of these luxury apartment buildings. It's a great place to kind of meet people, but also have that more higher end lifestyle. Really easy to walk everywhere in this area. A lot of really great restaurants. West 6 is a really popular place for nightlife, so that's close by. I have a video on Austin, Texas nightlife, but I will be doing an updated version of that video soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But moving further west into Clarksville and Tarrytown. So Clarksville is closer to downtown than Tarrytown. However, they are both more neighborhood vibes, kind of similar to Golden Creek and Travis Heights. These houses are a lot older. A lot of them have been rebuilt though, or renovated as well. These are quite expensive. There's not too much going on. If you're looking to be more part of the scene or in a livelier area, these are not it. I would say people in these areas are looking to settle down, start a family, get married. So that's more what the vibe is, but you can find apartments in these areas. And if you're looking for something a little more quiet, but still close to downtown, that's also a good option. I also want to add that Whole Foods is headquartered in the West End in this area. So that is also the vibe of this area. There's a Trader Joe's there. There's a True Food Kitchen. There's also a Core Power Yoga. That is the yoga studio that I used to teach at. So if you are familiar with the Whole Foods, Core Power Yoga, Trader Joe's vibe, that is what is going on in this area. Next up, we're going to head a little bit north to West Campus, North Campus, and Hyde Park area. So this is UT Mecca. This is college town. Think college bars, apartment buildings. Actually, I lived in West Campus for 4 years while I was going to UT, and I had an apartment there. I love living there because I was in the college scene. At my age now, or after graduating college, I would not personally want to live in West Campus or in this area unless I was attending UT or a faculty member. Actually, West Campus was deemed the most densely populated area of Austin, and it probably is to this day. However, I've spent some time in West Campus recently, and they have been building a lot of luxury apartment buildings for student housing, which is kind of concerning considering that it is student housing and college is already expensive. That's a different topic that I can get into in another video. But this is where you want to go if you are in your early 20s, maybe even your late teens, early 20s, and you're looking for that really liveliness, or if you are a UT student. And the last area I'm going to talk about in this video is Muller and Windsor Park. This is further north. Muller is kind of its own little town. It's really nice. There's a little lake there. There's a whole development that has a lot of restaurants, cafes. There's a couple museums, I believe. There's a farmer's market every Sunday. So if you are looking for something more wholesome, daytime activities, dog-friendly, family-friendly, this is the perfect area because you will have all of that and you have a lot of space. The roads are bigger. There's houses to rent, apartments to rent, and it's just a really bright, lively neighborhood. And like I said, it's more about daytime activities rather than nightlife. So if you have family and you want to stay away from the nightlife scene, Muller is a really good place to live. So this was a rundown of 8 neighborhoods in Austin, Texas that you can possibly live in if you're a young professional. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe. Let me know if you're moving to Austin, if you live here, what's your opinion on these neighborhoods. And if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. If you are moving to Austin and you need help finding an apartment, I have a lot of resources and I'm friends with realtors. So send me a message, send me an email, and I can connect you to the right person to help you find your new home, because yeah, Austin is a booming market and there's so many people moving in. And check out my other videos on Austin. I have a South by Southwest survival guide, which is happening literally right now. I have a restaurant guide, reasons not to move here, what it's like to really live here, and I of course have a lot of vlogs from Austin as well. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.